What's up everyone, my name is MrJordilicious and today we're gonna do another fashion ranking. This time though, we'll look at a different Spider-Man. No Peter Parker this time, but Miles Morales is gonna take the spotlight in this video. That's right, we're gonna be ranking all the suits that are available in the PS4 and PS5 game, Spider-Man Miles Morales. So get ready to critique all the armor, spandex, cotton and polyester, as we're gonna rank all the suits in the game from hot garbage to haute couture. Now, if you enjoy my content, I highly appreciate all your support. You can support me by leaving a thumbs up on this video, subscribing to the channel, and of course, ring the bell so you know exactly when my next video goes live. Oh, by the way, did you guys see that new animation pop up just now? I actually made that myself, and the best part is, you can get it as well. It's available in 6 different colors, and you can get it now as well for free, or pay what you want on my Ko-fi shop, so you can use this in your own YouTube videos. So if you want to get this yourself, go to the link in the description down below, which will take you to the download page where you can download this animation for yourself. Alright, so the Miles Morales game has slightly fewer suits at 19 in total, so let's just roll the intro so we can get started with ranking. Alright, so here we are, back with another ranking. And let's start off with the advanced tech suit. Now, as you can see, the advanced tech suit, the color scheme, it highly resembles the classic suit of Miles Morales, which we will see later down the line, with the black main colors and red accents. Now, the overall aesthetic of this suit seems to be slightly inspired by the Iron Spider suit of the MCU with the armor plates, but overall, the Miles Morales version doesn't add as much bulk. I really like this one, so let's move this to the first amazing suit. Alright, so moving on, we have the animated suit, and again, this one has a similar design to the classic suit. However, this version has the same animated or cel-shaded look that we saw in the regular Spider-Man game suits. I don't hate this design, but like I said back then, it feels a little bit out of place in the overall 3D game world. So this one moves to off the rack. Okay, so next one, the Bodega Cat suit comes with a little bit of a special extra. Now, in the backpack that Miles wears with this suit sits Spider-Cat, a cat that he saved during a story mission earlier in the game. On top of that, the suit features a slightly different version of the classic suit with a red hoodie and a white t-shirt sticking out underneath. I'm not a huge fan of this suit, but the cat in the backpack does save it somewhat, so let's move this to so-so. Alright, so this next suit is a pretty simple one. It's literally the classic suit that we'll see later on, but with a pair of red and black Adidas sneakers, which again we'll also talk about later, an open Brooklyn Visions Academy jacket, and a pair of headphones. And that's basically it. So we'll move this one to off the rack, since it's not really the most original alteration of a suit. Alright, so it's kind of funny that we talked about this one with all the other suits that we've done so far, but here it finally is, the classic suit. This is basically Miles' iconic suit that sets him apart from Peter Parker. The suit features a black design with a red spider on the chest and red accents on various parts of it. I really like this suit for its simplicity, but also seeing as it's such an iconic suit for this character. So, we'll move this one to haute couture. Alright, so next up we have the Crimson Cowl suit, and like I mentioned in previous video, I love a good black and red combination, and this suit definitely combines the two very well. It reminds me a little bit of the Scarlet Spider suits in the Peter Parker game, but one amazing addition to this suit is the actual cowl that it gets its name from. Despite the fact that its purpose doesn't seem to be to hide Miles' mask, it's still a very cool addition. So we're adding this to the haute couture list. Alright, the Great Responsibility suit is the only suit whose design is basically that of Peter Parker. Not surprising, as Peter actually gifts the suit to Miles after their first big fight. It seems like he actually had to put it together in a hurry, as it doesn't seem to be as tight and well fitted for Miles. Also, it doesn't come with any attached shoes, so Miles has to wear his own shoes for it. And since Miles is still pretty new at this whole Spider-Man thing, the suit also comes with some extra protection in the form of knee pads. Overall, I still think it's a pretty amazing suit, so let's add it to that tier. Alright, like I've said in previous videos, I'm not a huge fan of homemade suits, and this one is definitely no different. I really dislike the color scheme that they went with here. Instead of using black as the main color, they opted with a darker brown, which combined with the faded red of the shirt, doesn't really work that well. I do like the Timberland style boots that they added to it, but other than that, I think this suit is pretty much hot garbage. Alright, let's go. The Into the Spider-Verse suit is probably one of my favorites in the entire game. Design-wise, it looks a lot like the classic suit. However, this one is way more vibrant, and obviously this is based on Miles' suit that he wears in the Into the Spider-Verse movie. Now, what sets this suit apart is that you can actually activate a suit mod that changes the animations to match that of the movie, where Miles basically seems to animate at a lower frame rate. I really love this effect, and partially because of that, I'm gonna move this to haute couture. Alright, the next one, the Miles Morales 2020 suit, is a very futuristic and techy suit. It's definitely quite something. The bottom half of the suit looks quite regular apart from the more futuristic looking sneakers, but then the top part though, that actually has some amazing LED details. The chest and mask, or maybe we should better call it a helmet, seem to be completely made out of an LED screen with all these animated parts. I absolutely love this one, so let's add it to the amazing tier. Alright, next up we have a $20.99 version for Miles Morales. Now, the 2099 suit resembles the design of that worn by the original Spider-Man. However, this one features a more darker blue and obviously matches the leaner frame that Miles has. Also, they added a cowl to this suit, which I think only makes it a lot cooler. Combining that with the glowing blue eyes, and I think we definitely have some haute couture on our hands. Now, the Programmable Matter suit is quite unlike something we've seen before. It seems to be made out of a ton of different plates that all combine into this suit. The shapes of these plates also kind of remind me of polygons. It's the same classic black and red color scheme, though some parts like the boots and the spider are a little bit more glowy. It's not a bad suit, but overall it's also not one of my favorites, so let's move it to so-so. Okay, so the next one is the Purple Rain suit. And I know what y'all are thinking, but it's not spelt like that. This suit was given to Miles by his uncle, who turned out to be the Prowler. And because of that, obviously, this suit also features his color scheme, with purple base color and green accents. And I have to say, I think those colors actually go surprisingly well together, so I'm adding this one to the amazing tier. Right, the Spider training suit. I think I said the exact same thing of the ESU suit in my previous videos. I feel that the ESU suit isn't really a suit, but rather just a t-shirt with some jeans and a Spider-Man mask. But this suit has very little characteristics. It's Miles wearing a Peter Parker style mask, since he didn't have his own as of yet, a pair of black jeans and sneakers, and a Brooklyn Vision shirt with an open zip-up hoodie on top. And that's basically it. So clearly this one came off the rack. Okay, now the sportswear suit, I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with it. The suit seems to be a mix and match of some items that Miles just had lying around. He wears a blue down jacket, a red zip-up hoodie, and Peter Parker's mask and upper part of his bodysuit. With the lower half, he wears a pair of black tights, some basketball pants, and the signature Adidas sneakers. And yes, these are actual Adidas sneakers, since I actually made them available for purchase. Now, obviously, I didn't try to get them myself and wasn't able to because of scalpers getting them all in the first few minutes. So, no, I'm totally not salty about that. Why do you ask? I kind of really like how this suit seems to merge the two Spider-Man together in terms of color and design, with the top half clearly inspired by Peter Parker's Spider-Man and the bottom half clearly an indication of Miles' future color scheme. Yet, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not a big fan of the puffy and heavy clothing when fighting bad guys, instead of a more skin-tight and streamlined suit. Because of that, I'm moving this to so-so. Okay, the Strike suit. I can be pretty brief about this one, as I don't really like it. In theory, it's not the worst design, and I kind of like the higher collar. It's just the mask makes it kind of weird with the thicker spiderweb design, and the gauntlets also don't really feel so right. In short, I feel this one is hot garbage. Okay, despite its name, the end suit didn't signal the end of the game. Perhaps it was the end of good fashion? Okay, maybe that's a little bit unfair since it's not a terrible suit. Miles wears a tight classic design shirt with an open hoodie on top. His pants are semi-baggy with a military camo style design, and he wears what appears to be motocross boots. While the combination does sort of work, it felt a little bit weird for a Spider-Man suit. So I'm moving this one to off the rack. Alright, the tracksuit. Not like a tracksuit, but tracksuit with periods in between. I think this suit is very cool. It's made specifically for this game, just like the advanced suit was for Peter Parker. The design resembles the classic suit, but obviously with more white and less black. Also, the spider design is a lot bigger. Really liking this suit, so let's move this one to haute couture. Alright, 2 more to go for this game. Next up, we have the Uptown Pride suit, which is basically the classic suit, but instead of the red accents, they've changed them to golden accents. Normally, I'm not a big fan of gold and flashiness, I guess, but this black and gold design kind of works. So moving this to the amazing tier. And then the last one on this list, and sadly it's not the most original one, the winter suit is basically another variant of the classic suit, but this time with some winter accessories added. Miles wears a beanie, some earmuffs, a long scarf, and leg warmers on top. And that's basically it, so let's move this to so-so. And there we have it. With only 19 suits in this entire game, ranking them was definitely a little bit easier than with the previous game. Now, I think there's definitely some amazing suits in this game, but at the same time, there's a couple that are quite similar or variants of the classic suit, which is kind of a shame. Some more originality or different types of suits would have been nice to see. Now, despite that, I really loved playing through the Miles Morales game and unlocking all these suits, and therefore also had a good time ranking them and making this video. And if I'm being very honest, I really like the character of Miles Morales, not just in the game, but also in the comics and even in this movie. And I really hope you enjoyed it as well. I would love to hear what your favorites and least favorites of these 19 suits were, so be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And of course, if you want to make a complete ranking of this yourself, you can find the link to do that in the description down below as well. Oh, and by the way, here's mine. Now again, if you enjoy my content, you can support my channel by leaving a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel, and of course ringing the bell so you know exactly the moment my next video goes live. Oh, and speaking of live, did you guys know that I stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? If you like seeing me play a variety of games while hanging out with me and other members of the community, be sure to drop on by and say hi. That's it for me for now though. The last thing that I want to say is that my name is MrJordilicious. You are all extremely delicious yourself as well. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you again in the next video. Wait, do we have another follower coming in? Wait.
Hey, hello. Good to see you.
Wait, was that it? Was that it? I think that was it. I think that was it. Look at it. I mean, I'm so confused. So much math. So much math, but I think that was it. I think that was it.